Hi everyone, Steve Locke here, and I am the mentor of Courtney Stevens. We're both spoken word poets, performance poets, slam poets, however you want to describe us. And unfortunately, neither of us are able to attend this evening. Courtney herself is performing some poetry today, actually, at the Canadian Individual Poetry Slam in Vancouver. And well, I just can't get out of work, so my excuse is much less important or much less interesting. However, just recording this video on my iPhone to introduce our mentorship and the things we have worked on and accomplished, and to just say thank you to Jan and the ACI crew for having us. It's my second year as a mentor, and it's been fun, and they've been very supportive. So it's been a good year, just like the year prior. Yes, we work in performance poetry. So when we do our poems, when you see our poems, it's coming right from our mouths and our bodies, our presence. However, Courtney and I worked much more in the realm of print poetry, in text. Taking the performance scripts, if you will, the words that we would perform on stage, or she would specifically, and to translate them into page poetry in a what you could say like a traditional style, I guess. And it was an interesting way to look at language and text and to see how it's consumed by a reader versus by an audience member who can see the facial expressions and hear the voice and body movements and everything like that. But now it's up to the reader alone. And so language has to be presented in a certain way, not a specific way, but certain ways that make it interesting to read. So we use space and we use line breaks and all these techniques that are sort of present in traditional forms of page poetry. And so there were some bumps and challenges and you know some reading to do on Courtney's behalf. But all in all, she really came through and really absorbed this knowledge, this experience, and was able to really successfully translate some of her work on the page. And she'll actually be reading some of her work to you in the video that will follow, and that's her video, and it'll be some really interesting stuff. We met quite regularly and had some really deep personal sessions, I have to say, because her material went into that sort of territory, really heavy stuff, really personal stuff. And so her growth as an artist, which did happen and in leaps and bounds, I have to say, was in tandem with her growth as a human being, being able to open up and to sort of hit those walls and find the little gaps and pry those open and to reveal those tender nuggets of truth. And she did so in a way that you could imagine anyone going into those uncomfortable spaces, but also with quite a bit of courage and quite a bit of grace, and that'll certainly come through in her work. So I have to say that I'm really proud of her, both her artistic growth and her personal growth. As far as networking, she pretty much did that on her own by attending these festivals. She's at the Individual Poetry Slam right now in Vancouver, and she also attended the Canadian Festival of Spoken Word in Saskatoon back in the fall, where it's like camp, where you run into all the poets you like and new poets from across the country all coming together to go for that title of National Poetry Slam champion. So there's lots of networking there. She performed at the Shakespeare in the Ruins production, performing a piece called Carnival, which is sort of like playing on that theme of all the world's stage, and otherwise has told me lots of stories about keeping in touch with poets from across the country and some opportunities that she might be able to build on in the near future for, let's say, for touring and things like that. So she's really coming along in all aspects of the professional, the personal, and the artistic side. So without further ado, just want to say thank you and to ACI and all the best to Courtney and all the best to all the mentors and apprentices. So have a great summer and hopefully we'll see you around. All right, take care. Bye-bye.